If you really need to know how to make the perfect crunchy plantain chips, you are in the right place. Hello value family, in this video I'm going to share with you on how to make that sought after spicy plantain chips. You can even start as a side hustle. I'm going to share everything you need to know about this business, from packaging, sourcing, even how to get this on the shelf in the supermarket near you. First of all, we need plantains, and I got these unripe plantains for 2,500 naira. And for your business, you really need to sort the plantain where it's cheaper in your area. And the next thing, you need some containers. I'm opting out for containers because this is cost effective. If you're using pouch, just know that your plantain cheese will be a little bit expensive than others. So this container, it comes in different sizes. We have the big size, we have the small one, and even the medium one. And I've just washed this thoroughly. I'm just leaving it out to dry. And right now, back to our plantains, you have to transfer everything to your sink or into a big bowl because you need to wash the plantains very well. I think at this stage, I should consider myself a pro in plantain cheese because I've made this plantain cheese for so long, and this is a very good side hustle you can start without any hassle at all. So I'll make sure to cut all the whole plantains before we proceed to wash this. You really need to wash this thoroughly because you won't be washing them again. So after this wash, we won't be washing it again. So I'm going to make sure to wash this off very well. So every dirt, anything that it comes with, just make sure to wash it off very well. After washing your plantains, you can decide to just transfer this to a strainer so you can drain any excess water. But if you're in a hurry, just use your towel and dry the plantains. That way, it will be very easier for you to work with it. Drying up your plantains, you just ensure that you don't carry any dirt from the wet plantain skin or peel into the plantain flesh. So now we are going to be slicing up this, and I'm just putting in my tray. You will need your tray. The chopping board is optional and you just need your kitchen knife, and that is it. So I'm just going to cut the head and the tail of the plantain. Just cut it off and open up this plantain. And one easy hack I've found over the years is to rub some vegetable oil to your palms. That way you won't have the plantain sticking, like the plantain skin sticking to your hands. This will just come out very easily. See the way I'm cleaning the plantains. I'm just being careful not to cut into the plantain. You don't want to cut into the plantain. You just have to peel it off like this, and rubbing oil to your palms makes the work very easier. You just wash your hand, everything is just going to come off. So let's just peel all these plantains together. But if you're making the right plantain chips, the overly ripe plantains, you won't be needing to rub oil to your palm. But just that when frying, you might need to add some corn flour that will hold the plantain and make it very crispy. Yeah, if there's any word like that, it should just make it crispy. That's for the overripe plantains if you are going to make that one. But if you want me to share with you on how to make the overripe plantain chips, let me know in the comment section below. I will bring that your way too. And just like that, we are done peeling the plantains, and this is the last one. We are done peeling the plantains. It is very easy. The more you do this, you just find out that this is actually very easy. For slicing of the plantains, this is what I use. Your normal grater also has this blade, so you will be using this, and this is how to just slice your plantains. Slicing your plantain with this grater makes the work very fast. Like, you can prepare a big bowl of plantain chips in less than 30 minutes if you are grating it this way. This comes out very easier than using knife to carefully cut them tiny. Placing it on a bowl like this just makes you to have a grip of it. You are in control of the blade and how you will be slicing this. One thing I'm certain is that if you follow this procedure, you will have a very crunchy and spicy plantain chips that can last for 6 months, still very crunchy. So if you follow this process, don't worry, you are in for a very lucrative side hustle. This is a business you can start with as low as 10,000 naira and you are getting a return back of your money immediately. As far as your plantain chips is very crunchy and it is spicy, just like this. If you're able to spice it well, just like this, I'm going to show you. You are good to go. And that is it, guys. We are almost done with this plantain chips. This is the last one. I told you this makes the work very easy. We are almost done, and this is the last one. I'm showing you every detail here so you won't think that this is a lot of work. Unlike what most people assume, that making plantain chips is so stressful, from the cutting to the everything, they just feel that it's stressful. At least you can see that it is an easy thing to do. You can do it with everything in your kitchen. And we are done peeling the 2,500 naira plantains. The next thing you'll be adding is about 1 teaspoon of salt. Please don't do too much. For this quantity, I'm using 1 teaspoon of salt, and I'm just going to shake everything to make sure that the salt mixed well with the plantains. And into your pan, you're going to be adding in your vegetable oil. Remember, this is a deep frying, so you'll be needing lots of oil. At least, yeah, it's not a shallow frying. We are doing deep frying for the plantain chips. Add in your oil, followed with 1 onion ball. This is going to help flavor this oil, and that is where the next one comes in. Add in some of your cayenne pepper. This is going to add some spice to the plantain chips. So once this is fried first, you have to allow this to really heat up in the oil before it turns very black. Just take this out from the oil and you have your flavored oil ready for the plantain chips. And one thing I add again is about half teaspoon of salt. Add it into the oil, mix everything together. See, this oil, you won't be needing it for any other frying apart from your plantain chips. And one error I've noticed that some people do is that they use the oil they used previously to fry anything, to fry their plantain chips. No, don't do that. It's going to alter with the taste of your plantain chips. So if you're using this oil for your plantain chips, after this, just keep it for your plantain chips alone. Don't fry any other thing with the oil, please. So I've added in the cut plantain. I just try to separate it a little bit, which is not really necessary at this stage, because once the plantain gets tough or when it gets start getting fried, you can easily separate it with the back of your frying spoon, just like this. So use the back of the frying spoon and just press it in. This way you're going to separate the plantains. If they are gummed together, it's going to like be on its own. Just use the back and just press it, not too hard, just like I'm doing. The plantains are going to separate and be on its own because it has already become crispy. So this is it. So I'll leave the plantain a little bit on fire for you to get brown a bit. You don't want it burnt, but you want it properly fried and very crispy. If it's properly fried like this, it's going to really last long. See, a few minutes later, this is what we have. You can see the color has slightly changed from what it was before. So I'm just scooping this out from the oil and we'll transfer this to our sieve. And this is basically how you fry your plantain chips. That is very spicy and everyone will really enjoy that. So I'm just going to take everything out of the hot oil first, and I'll show you how to add your extra suya spice. So just try and take all the whole fried plantain out from the hot oil. Inside the same oil, you're going to introduce another batch, and that is just how to fry your plantain chips. So I'm just going to add the next batch and I will allow this to also fry. The same process, the same stirring, and the same thing you will do to separate the plantains when it's almost getting ready with the back of your spoon. And that is basically how to fry your plantain chips for your consumption, more especially for commercial purpose. And next thing now, I'm going to show you how to add in the suya spice. So once you take out your plantain cheese from the hot oil like this is a plantain cheese we just brought out. I'll be using about 2 tablespoons of suya spice. Add in one at a time. Add it in immediately as it's still hot. As it is still hot, so add in the first one, I'll go in with the second one. You just want it to have this color, and it's also very sweet when you eat it. It gives you that eat me more effect, yes, if there is anything like that. So after shaking it off, after shaking off the excess, I just pour it back, and I continue the same process till we are done with the plantains. And this is what we have after frying. One thing I always do is that I allow this in this bowl until it's completely cool. You don't want to bottle up or package the plantain chips when it's still hot. No, it's going to get soft in your container. So you want it completely cool before you package. And I'm using these plastic containers that I washed earlier to package this. At this stage, just make sure to wear a hand glove at this stage, or you can just wash your hands thoroughly when doing this. So I'm just packing everything into the container. Later on, we are going to weigh this for you to see, because you want everything to be the same measurement. Like each container, they have to weigh the same thing. So after packing this up, this is what it looks like, guys. This is what it looks like. See, like I told you, this is a lucrative business you can start off, and this is just 2,500 naira plantains that is giving us this so much plantain chips, and everyone loves this. If you have a taste of this, you must definitely want to eat more, and that is just what we want now. This is already looking very good. And the next thing I'll do now is just to weigh this out. If anyone is more than the desired quantity, I just reduce it and just make sure that everything is exact quantity as I used to. The small one, we have 43 grams for the small one, while the big one, we go for 50 grams. And the prices vary. The bigger it is, you know you're going to pay more for it. And the next thing you'll be needing is a clean flame to just wrap this first before you cover. This is going to ensure that this is airtight, and this will help the plantain chips to remain crunchy, and it works very well. Everything you need to start this business is just in your home. Just go to your kitchen, check out everything you need to start up this business if you're considering this as a side hustle. You don't need to buy any special equipment or anything. So I'll proceed now to just cover this up. Once I cover it up, you can cut it and or pull it apart. When you pull it apart, any extra that is coming out from the clean flame, you can just cut it off or just hide it in. See, when they open this plantain cheese, it's going to be sealed. There is no way air will enter inside it, and that is what you want for your customers. And getting people to patronize you for these plantain chips is not difficult. Just make little samples and share with your neighbors, your colleagues. Once they have a taste of it, just know they're going to patronize you, because this is very nice. No matter how small you feel the business is, you need branding. And this doesn't really cost much for you to do. You can just design this yourself and just take it to your media guy to print it for you. You need a sticker. This is just going to make this very attractive, and it can make your brand really stand out, especially if you know what you are doing. If someone eat this plantain chips and they really like it, they can just say, I like this plantain chips from this particular brand. It's very spicy, it has a suya taste. So, and that is it. And now, before we talk about the marketing aspect and how to get it on shelves in the supermarket, please just take a moment to subscribe to my channel if you have not done that. And if you really appreciate the video or get value, just like the video and share it so someone will also get value too. And now, to get this to the stores near you, you have to make little samples, take it to the manager or anyone in charge, introduce your product to them and give them a sample. Most times they are not going to accept it, because maybe you're a small brand, you don't have all the NAFDAC registration number or that. But make an offer to them. Let them just keep it with other brands and they are not going to collect payment outrightly. You are going to come back for your payment as a sale, but make sure that it's very visible on display where people can actually see it and see how they are going to accept it. And that is one trick. And there's something we say in Igbo, "Ahịọma na-ere ya." That means good market sells itself. So if you know what you are doing or you're sure of your product like this, just know that this is a very easy task for you, because once anyone have a taste of it and actually like it, words of recommendation are very powerful. You can see people recommending, try this product, is actually very nice, and that is one. And apart from getting your products to the stores, you just have to do literally pushing the product online if it's possible for you, or by doing words of advertisement for to your friends and your neighbors. And once you succeed on one shop or one store, so when you're going to the next store, you can just make reference to store A that they already have your products and it's moving very well. They should also try it. And with that, you just know that gradually you will get your products to stores around you. And you can just start off by going to that store close to your house, the one you patronize on a daily basis, and you see it's going to work out. Thank you guys for watching this video. I have other tips to share, but this video is already getting too long. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.